Hello friends, today we're going to be looking at the idea of equilibrium with an example of a puppy store. So when we look at this puppy, you could say how much could I sell this puppy for, or how much would you pay for this puppy? So the sell question would be on the supply side, like how much could I sell it for, and the demand side would be how much would you pay for this puppy, how much would you be willing and able to pay for that puppy right there. So over here I have my puppy graph, which we'll come back to, and in this graph my supply curve goes up, as you can see. Demand curve goes down. I have P, price, $100 at equilibrium. Again, equilibrium is where they intersect. And then I have Q, quantity, 30 puppies. So we're imagining that I sell puppies, I charge $100 for them, and I sell 30 puppies at $100. Now, Wyatt here is going to film this part for me. Thanks, Wyatt. All right, so the first thing we have to look at is what would happen if I decided that my puppies were worth more than $100. I decide to charge more than equilibrium. And instead of charging $100, I charge $150. So I go above equilibrium. I charge too much, $150. Now, at this higher price, less customers want to buy my puppies because instead of $100, it's $150. Watch your finger, Brad.
It's not in front of it.
Okay. But this higher price, less people want to buy my puppies. So let's say now I only sell 15, because now demand is 15. And at this higher price, I want to supply more because I say, wow, for $150, it's worth the additional time, effort, and energy of taking care of these puppies in my puppy store. So now I supply, let's say, 45 puppies, okay? Now, I have what is called a surplus of puppies, or what you might call a surpups. Wyatt thinks that's funny, right, Wyatt?
No.
No?
No
I
one
think it's
does.
funny. No? Yes, someone thinks it's funny. Okay, so as you can see, if you take a closer look at this, at $150, I'm above equilibrium. I'm going to have 45 puppies supplied. I'm going to have 15 puppies demanded. I'm going to have a surplus of 30 puppies. That means I have 30 extra puppies. So what happens with that surplus? Okay? What happens? Well, I'm going to have 30 puppies that I don't sell every day, and this is what's going to happen. This puppy is not going to get adopted because I charged too much for the puppies. This one also didn't get adopted.
Aw.
I actually saw one of these yesterday walking down the street. Oh, I would definitely pay more than $100 for that puppy. This one, when I close up the puppy store, I always leave one light on for them. You know, give them a little snack, a little treat, make sure they have water. And then as I walk out, I look back, and every day this one is waving goodbye. Why didn't I get adopted? This puppy wonders. Well, you didn't get adopted because I ignored the basic rules of economics and I charged too much for my puppies. He doesn't seem to understand. Okay. Also, didn't get adopted. Very good question. Why did I do this? I don't know. Okay. I thought I could get more money for my puppies, but this is clearly not working. I had to put this puppy in counseling, which turned out to be very expensive. It needs a therapist. It goes every Tuesday. Now, Wyatt, you gotta focus on your job. Okay. All right, so how could I resolve this problem? I could resolve this problem by lowering my price, right? I'm charging too much, as we saw in the graph. I have a surplus of puppies, and I realized after a few weeks that this is clearly not working, and I need to lower my price in order to get rid of the surplus, right? To have all my puppies sold, okay? So let's say I overcompensate though. I overdo it, okay? So instead of $150, now I drop my price, and I drop it to, let's say, $75. Okay, so I go underneath the equilibrium price now, and in this case, let's say we'll say so now I have this is the scenario. I have, again, 45, excuse me. Now we have to look at where does this hit on the supply curve. This is my supply curve. It hits right here. We're gonna say that now, because I'm only getting $75 a puppy, it's not worth as much of my time and effort and energy to care for it and work with these puppies. So I only supply 15. Every day I supply 15 puppies. And then for demand, we have to look at where we hit the demand curve here. And now let's say this is 85 puppies. Well, what's gonna happen, or sorry, not 80, yeah. So now I have a demand of 85 puppies. I have a supply of 15 puppies. So what problem will I run into if I don't charge enough for my puppies? Okay, I'm below equilibrium. I'm charging a low price. Customers are gonna want my puppies because they're cheaper now, but I have a problem where I'm gonna have a shortage. Every day I will sell my 15 puppies pretty quickly, but then I'm gonna have a problem, right? I have 85 demanded, 15 supplied. I'm gonna have 60 customers come in. My shortage is 60. I'm gonna have 60 customers come in that will not get a puppy at that price, okay? So what happens in that situation? And I'm gonna show you the graph here real quick to give you a close-up. So this is the graph again for shortage, all right? I'm below equilibrium, charging $75, and now I have this problem because more puppies are demanded than I'm willing to supply. So we have to say, what's gonna happen with those customers that come in to ask for a puppy that can't get one, okay? And this is what's gonna happen. This is Hannah. Hannah wanted a puppy. She has been coloring pictures of puppies every day. She has been asking her parents for a puppy for months, and they finally said, okay, Hannah, we're gonna get you a puppy. And the night before they went to the puppy store to get her a puppy, she crawled out of her bed when her parents went to sleep. She went out to the living room where the puppy bed was already there for the puppy that they were gonna adopt the next day, and she laid down next to the puppy bed, and she put her hand on it, and she went to sleep thinking, tomorrow at this time, there's gonna be a puppy where my hand is. But there's not gonna be a puppy where her hand is because I didn't charge enough for my puppies. There's a shortage. She came in after the first 15 sold, and this is the face she made when I said we didn't have any puppies in stock. For some reason, I took a picture of her at that point. She also didn't get a puppy. His dad said, hey, Billy, you get a hit in the game today. After the game, I'll take you. Sometimes you're like, I'll get you ice cream. Today, he said, I'll get you a puppy. Billy got a hit in the game today. They went to the puppy store. I was out of puppies. Also another disappointed customer. He took it really hard. That was a rough one. I don't know why I took pictures of all these people. I didn't actually take pictures of them. These are all Google images. I just Googled sad kids. Okay, so I also Googled sad puppies. So if you want some fun, go Google sad puppies on Google Images. She also took it really hard. Okay, obviously this is a problem. I'm spending more on Kleenex and tissues or whatever to give to my crying customers when I have to tell them the bad news that there's no puppies. So how can I fix this problem? I can fix this problem by raising my price. And again, the point of this lesson is to say, what is equilibrium and why is it so important? It's important because if I charge too much, I have a problem. I'm gonna supply more and my customers will not buy what I'm supplying, so I'm gonna have excess, a surplus. And if I don't charge enough, I'm gonna have a problem where I won't be able to supply enough to meet the needs of my customers. So I'll be forced to raise my prices essentially to get to equilibrium. And that's what this is illustrating. So in order to get rid of the shortage, what do I have to do? I have to go back to equilibrium. I have to raise my price back to $100. So when I do that, what happens? I charge $100, I supply 30 puppies every day, and how many customers do I have every day? 30. I'm in balance. So now when I raise my price back up to $100, I supply 30 puppies, I have 30 customers, I'm happy because I sold all my puppies, the puppies are happy because they have a home, the customers are happy because every customer that wanted a puppy got a puppy. And this is what happens when we have equilibrium. We get happy puppies and happy kids, okay? Look at that. All because of equilibrium. Because I'm charging the equilibrium price, they get to share an ice cream cone. Oh, his first kiss. He'll never forget. Again, Google happy kids and puppies. There we go. Look at that. What a happy day. All right. So again, the main point of this lesson was just to look at why equilibrium is important. This will help us understand when we do price floors and price ceilings. Later, we're going to look at those concepts, and it'll help us to understand what happens when the government tries to artificially create a price that's too high or too low, and why that's a bad idea. Okay? That concludes the lesson. Thanks, Wyatt. You can hit stop.